Good evening. My name is Gladys Davila. We are going to discuss Arizona Language Development Approach. Arizona definition of an English learning, EL. English learning, or EL, is used to describe those students who are still developing their English language skills. There are some students who come from home where English is not the primary language spoken. Because of these, they might need some extra help in school to really try in a classroom where everything is taught in English. Now, these EL students are not just thrown into the deep end. School have special programs and classes to help them get up to speed with their English. Sometimes they will be in a separate classes to focus just on English, and other time the support will build into their regular school days. The goal is to make sure every student, regardless of their language background, has the chance to succeed in school. That is why identifying English learners and providing the right support is so important. As of the 2021 and 2022 academic year, Arizona Public School enrolled over 93,000 English language learners, accounting for approximately 10% of the state total students population. The majority of these ELA students are in the earliest grade, with 60% in kindergarten, 11% in first grade, and 11% in second grade. The percent decrease in higher grade with only 1% in 12th grade. In terms of home language composition, Spanish is the predominant language spoken by a significant majority of ELA students. Other common languages in Arizona are Vietnamese, Navajo, and Somali. Ethnically, 85% of Arizona ELA students identify as Hispanic or Latino, followed by 4% Asian, 4% white, 3% American Indian, 2% Black or African American, and 2% from other ethnicity. Geographically, the majority of ELA students are concentrating in Maricopa County, where approximately 67% are ELA students, followed by Pima County around 12% and Yuma County about 8%. There's two main approaches, and they each have their own style. They have a structured English immersion, or SEI. This one all about focuses in English and language development, and it is actually mandatory in Arizona. Basically, for a few hours each day, students get intensive instruction in reading, writing, listening, and speaking, all in English. They don't use their native language in these classes. The idea is to get them comfortable with English quickly so they can move into regular classes within a year or so. Sheltered English instruction method is more balanced. It still focuses on learning English, but it combines that with learning academic subjects like math or science. And here is the key difference. They can use their native language for support, and they may even use bilingual material. This way they can keep up with their other subjects while they're learning English, and they don't fall behind. So which approach is better? Well, it is depend of the students. Some might thrive in an immersion environment, while others might need the extra support or shelter instruction. The important thing is in Arizona offer different options to meet the need of ELA students. Arizona approach to language development is all about valuing students' languages and cultures and strengths. It is about creating a classroom where everyone feels welcome and respected. Teachers build on what students already know and provide support tailored in each student's need. They also work closely with families and communities to create a strong support system. By integrating language and content instruction and providing target language development, Arizona aims to help English learners succeed in school and reach their full potential. In Arizona, teachers are encouraged to see the whole students, not just their language skills. This means valuing their unique backgrounds and experiences. It is about creating a classroom where everyone feels like that belongs and where differences are celebrated. This helps students feel safe, confident, and ready to learn. The four principles of Arizona language development approach. Principle number one is asset-based behavior and expectation. This principle recognizes and values the linguistic and cultural backgrounds of ELA students. Support ELAs in developing confidence in using English while appreciate their home language. The second one is integrate instruction in disciplinary language and context. Basically, this principle emphasizes teaching English to meaningful academic context rather than isolated language drill. Use research-based strategy such as scaffolding and differentiation instruction to make content accessible. The third principle is targeted and explicit language instruction. This principle is focused on systematic instruction in the four language domains, basically listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This principle provides direct instruction in languages instructor, vocabulary, and academic discourse. Use formative assessment or track language growth and adjust instruction as need. And the last principle is focused on assessment, monitoring, and feedback. Basically, utilize ongoing assessment to measure ELA language development and academic progress. Provide meaningful feedback to students and teachers to guide instruction. Student agency. This means empowering those students to make control in their learning, to make choices that affect their education. It is about helping them become self-direct and confident learners. And how do they do this? Well, it starts with recognizing that these students have valuable skills and experiences, even if their English is not perfect yet. They encourage them to set goals, to make decisions about how they want to learn, and to reflect on their progress. It is about giving them a sense of responsibility on their own success. But it is not just about individual effort. They also build opportunities for collaboration and discussion where students can learn from each other and support each other's growth. And they make sure that the curriculum is culturally relevant so students feel sensed and understood. All of this add up the power message. You boys matter. Your background matters. You have the power to shape your own education. And that the kind of message can make all the difference and helping English learning thrive. Arizona approached research-based SEI models. The first one is the newcomer program. There's like a warm welcome to the U.S. School system. They are designed especially for those students who are brand new to the country and might not have much English at all. This program gives them a lot of support focusing on basic English skills while also helping them adjust to a new culture and school environment. Pull-out programs is the second one. Imagine getting extra time with English outside of your regular classes. That is what pull-out programs are all about. Students spend most of their day in the mainstream classes with their peers, but they also get dedicated time with an English language specialist to work in their specific need. The third one is called the 2 hours program. This program takes things up a notch with 2 full hours or focus on English instruction every day. The rest of the day is spent in the regular classes, but with extra support built in it. It is a good balance for students who need a strong foundation in English, but are also ready to take academic subject. And the last one is the dual immersion. This one is a little bit different. It is not just about learning English. It is about maintaining the developing the student's native language too. It's called 50-50, basically. Instruction is split pretty evenly between English and the native language. So the student become bilingual or biliterate. Sadly, this option is hard to find in Arizona due to the some restriction. And this um, research-based ASEI model has required a bilingual parental waiver. Now we're going to discuss the eligibility. The first step is home language survey. Basically consists when a student first enroll in an Arizona school, they're given a home language survey. This survey asks questions about the language used at home. If a language other than English is spoken in their home environment, the student move on the next step, which is the number 2, a ZILA test. The ZILA Arizona English Language Learning Assessment. It is a test designed to measure a student English proficiency. It assesses their students in the 4 key areas: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The ZILA results help determining if a student qualifies for ELA services and what their initial proficiency level is. The third step is the ELA program placement. Based on the student's ASILA score, along with the other factors like their grade level and education background, they are placed in an appropriate ELA program. This program provides structured support to help students develop their English language skills. And the last step is reassessment. Basically, this step is to monitor progress. Students are reassessment annually using the ASILA. This helps track their development in English and determining when they have achieved proficiency. Once a student reach proficiency, they can exit the ELA program. This structured process ensures that English learning in Arizona are identified, assessed, and provided with the appropriate support and resources they need to thrive academically. Let's talk about parents' right when it comes to their children English language learning in Arizona. It is important to know that parents have a big role to play in this process. First, parents have the right to be kept in the loop. This means schools need to inform them about their child ELA status, including things like their test score and what kind of support they need. Parents actually have to give the consent for the child to receive the ELA instruction. The school cannot just place a child in a program without the parents' consent. Something that we need to understand that if a parent wants to withdraw their student from the ELA service, they can, but it is important to understand that the potential consequence. Withdrawing a school, a child does not magically make them proficient in English. They will still be considered in an English learning and will have to make the annual English proficient test. Plus, they will miss out on the extra support that they can really help them success in school. So it is a decision that parents should think about carefully. This best approach is to have an open conversation with the school, understanding the potential impact on the child and how this decision is going to affect their child future.